Dive straight in, probably injury situation. The two coming out of the game Wednesday, Arnell and Tony Springett. What can you tell us? How can you update us?
Tony is okay. Arnell unfortunately not, so he has broken his hand. Will not need a surgery. It's quite strong swollen. We have to assess him over the next weeks or days and have to wait how he looks next week, so he will be for sure not involved on Sunday.
So yeah, that's a wait and see. But good news on Springett, because obviously he's left the ground now. He's got protective boot on, but scans and assessment, no problem.
So he was already on the grass again today. Obviously it was a strong contact and it was an ankle where he had big problems in Derby. Obviously then he was a little bit anxious in this situation as well, but luckily it isn't as bad as it looked at the beginning, and he will be ready for Sunday.
Okay. In terms of any of the other guys involved midweek, no issues there moving forward?
All good.
I don't think we spoke to you just for an update on Jacob Sorensen. You said he'd had the minor surgery. Just where is it? How's that gone, obviously, and then where is he moving forward in terms of coming back into your plan?
Surgery went well. He is already back in the gym on the grass. Starts with light footwork as well, light jogging as well, and the plan is still that he is back in training in the international break in September and hopefully ready for in contention for the squad for after the international break.
And would that be still the same plan for Borja and JT post international break?
Yeah. Maybe we speak but now about 3 or 4 days earlier, but I don't think that it will be early enough that one of them will be ready for Rotherham. I can't see this, but maybe they are 1-2 days beforehand in team training, but not ready for the Rotherham game. So I expect all of them ready for the trainings weeks of the international break, and then we will see how much training they have to catch up, how much fitness they have to catch up, if they can be already back in contention for the squad after the international break.
Okay. Since we obviously spoke to you Wednesday night post QPR, Tim Krul's exit confirmed now. Just a thought on him, and we all know his backstory here and what he gave to the club, and both in terms of his ability as a top class keeper, but around the group, his experience and his influence. But just your thoughts on his legacy almost. Yeah,
I really loved the 7-8 months which we've worked together. I think what he has done for this club speaks for itself. He was a great servant for the football club. But what I can say is, in my time, he was not only a very good goalkeeper. He was a very good character, a dull person where you like to have conversations with, honest conversations, clear conversations. He stuck to his word like we did, and obviously everything went very quick, and it was a surprise maybe as well that everything went as quick as it was, but obviously we had honest and clear conversations, what can happen, what hopefully will not happen, and at the end of the day, he made the decision. He knocked on the door and said, I have the chance to go to a Premier League club, play in the Premier League again. This is what I like to do. And I always said, if this is the case and we can find the right replacement, we will not stay in your way. And this is why he decided, and we supported him, that he wanted to go to Luton. So big credit to Paul Clement, our goalkeeper coach. He in 6 hours found a replacement. In a further 6 hours we negotiate the deal more or less. Obviously then it took a little bit, the medical and everything, but he immediately had a name in his head, and luckily we were able to get George into the building very quick as well, and he will be involved on Sunday in the squad.
Yeah, I mean, on that point, I just wanted to, because obviously he's come from Millwall, who you play on Sunday. There's no issue there. They've not insisted he's not involved this weekend. That's not part of.
No. All good.
And it's interesting also what you said there, that, you know, Paul Clement was maybe the first one to identify this guy. What was the feedback he gave from you? You know, has he worked with him before? Has he just knows about him from other keeper coaches? Or
No, he followed him quite a while, and obviously George is a proven championship goalkeeper in a great age. Not a kid, someone who knows a game and knows how to behave in a group, a very good character, adult person as well. So the conversations which I had with him and the first things what I've seen of him in training is that I'm very sure that character-wise and from his capability of being a goalkeeper, we made a good signing.
As you say, and it's right that Tim Krul gets the reaction he's had to him leaving, but clearly, you know, with a pragmatic sort of head on, ultimately Gunny, I think it's fair to say, has established himself as the number one now, and this is also possibly in terms of your thinking maybe with your keepers that, you know, that is our guy now. His level of performance both for club and for country now are at a level where he is your first choice keeper.
Yeah, of course. I think this was one of the reasons why Tim decided to take the chance and the opportunity to go to Luton, because I made it quite clear that Gunny is the number one, that we will challenge him, but we will support him in the same time as well to get the best out of him. And obviously this was then one of the reasons why Tim said, okay, I like to keep his chance of Premier League football with Luton. So the situation changed in terms of that we now set up a new goalkeeper group with George and John McCracken as well, which we called back from Dundee, because Clem not really has known him, not worked with him. He wanted to really see him and work with him as well. So he is now happy with his goalkeeper group as well. And obviously now Gunny hopefully will make the next steps which we expect from him, where we think he can come to the target, to the standards, to the demands which he has and which we have as well. And I'm really looking forward to working with this goalkeeper group, and especially Clem is looking forward to it as well.
Moving it back to sort of the football, and just a footnote on QPI. I'm sure you've debriefed it now with your coaches, a bit more considered. Clearly a lot of emotions and excitement the way that game ended, but looking back at it, the elements you thought on the night, kind of where your head was at in terms of what you got from your team and your performance that night?
Yeah, obviously there were a lot of things which I liked, that we really pushed till the end, that we felt and we've seen fitness-wise we can compete till the final second and still can create. That obviously offensively, especially the last 20 minutes, we created our opportunities. That defensively we look quite solid. Individually there were some performances which were good. I was very happy with my senior players as well. Gunny, Duff, Kenny, they took it serious and they lead this young team very good. So there were a lot of positives. Obviously not everything was perfect. We gave the one or other chance away where we were a little bit unconcentrated. In the final third we were not clean enough to create opportunities as well. So it was anything but perfect, but we won it in an emotional way. We won it again with a sub. So to see that our bench again made an influence now consistently in the last games, it's only good to see. And obviously wins, emotional wins, build confidence, trust and belief, and will every team help to move forward. And this is what we did, what we have done. We have no problems to be critical with us enough to say, okay, there were space for improvement as well. And obviously we face now a Millwall team which have the same setup in terms of the formation, not 100% the same, but a similar approach, quite direct, a lot of crosses, can play football as well. They have a good understanding for each other. This team is quite long together with the manager. He made some good signings for this style of football as well. So I would say it's a comparable approach which we face on Sunday on a much more higher level. So Millwall is on a much more higher level than the side which we faced on Wednesday night, the QPR side which we faced. So this is how it is. Hopefully we will have, or not hopefully, I'm pretty sure we will have the atmosphere in the stands, because now I think everybody has seen that there's an energy and a connection in between the supporters and the team which really can push everyone till the final second, and this is exactly what we have to have. We need our supporters on Sunday to reach our target, which is to get the second home win, and this will be a difficult one for sure, where we have to come to our limits or maybe over our limits, and we only will reach this if the supporters will be on it from the first second as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to come and ask you about the crowd element, because it feels a long time, but it's the first time back since Adam Eder, 96 minutes beating Hull that day, and I'm sure you and your players would love to just carry on how that game finished, you know, the mood around the place, the togetherness and the sense that, you know, you've got some real momentum, which you've obviously built on since, really, at Southampton and QPR. Yeah,
this is for sure the aim. Plus, still be patient enough, believe in yourself, that you can change a game at every time, and hopefully, and this is for sure our aim, that we can put the opponent under pressure and obviously can perform to our strength. As good as we know Millwall, it doesn't change, and I think we've seen it against QPR as well. It's not the most important thing for us how the opponent approached the game. We faced Southampton, a lot of passes, short passes, ball possession. Faced QPR, quite direct team, but we said, and we will do this in the future as well, stick to your principles, respect the opponent's idea of football, but make sure you play to your strength, and I think this is what the players mostly of the games have done. As I said, we know we have to improve, what is not quite surprising because we are now 2 weeks in the season, so we have to improve, we have space to improve, but the guys have the hunger and desire to do so. As you say, with Millwall's style of play, very maybe similar challenge to QPR, but you're right there. You know, you look at the quality of their player. They've got Bradshaw, Fleming, these type of players in the offensive areas. We only have to go back to that game at their place, which was a tremendous result that day, and how you got that result as well. But they are, you look at them in the last few seasons, they're always there or thereabouts in the top half of the table. A really good, solid championship side under Rowett. Yeah, absolutely. So I expect them for sure in the top half of the table with the consistency which they have in their squad, in their management as well. Some good additional signings. They have some further offensive players with Nisbet and Watmore on the wide areas. McNamara, Brian. So it's a good squad. Defensively, some proper British centre-backs they have as well. So we have seen that when we face them, that set pieces will play the crucial part, and will play on Sunday a crucial part as well, where we have to be on our best offensively and defensively. And it's an exciting game, exciting times, exciting game. We play at home. Come on, we like to be competitive. We like to win this football match, and this is what we like to show as well. And with the support from the stands, I'm very optimistic. You touched on a little bit earlier there about one of the aspects you liked midweek was you experienced lads, Gunny, Duffy, even Barnes and these top players when they came on. They and Kenny really took the challenge on its merits and applied themselves. Well, as we know, Tim was a big personality around the change room, but I thought it was quite interesting. There was, I think the club put out just some footage around the QPR game, and even in the warm-up you see Duffy, he's very vocal, Barnes as well. As much as you and your coaches will set the culture and drive it forward, you need those type of players to lead it as well, don't you? Yeah, and this is what we, as you know, identified as something when we reflected the last season. But apart from this, you can be vocal and speak and playing shit, and this doesn't help. So they play very, very good football as well, and fit into our idea of football. They are so committed for the hard work and for the dirty yards as well. What you very rarely get from a striker, especially like Barnsley, that Duffy likes to have the challenges and the body contact. I think this is not a surprise, but this is what counts as well. So yeah, they are vocal. Yeah, they are not only vocal, they say the right things at the right moment as well, in a supporting but in a demanding manner sometimes as well. And they play top, and this is what counts. And obviously this makes me as a manager and us as the backroom staff and as a football club very happy to have them around us, and hopefully they stay healthy and continue what they've started so far.
Just a couple more if I can. Playing alongside Duffy midweek, first start of the season, Andrew on Mabama Daily. Just how did you felt he played that night, and moving forward, what's the challenges for him? Because obviously you've started Shane and Ben in the first two championship games.
I think solid. Obviously, for the team, there was space for improvement. Not top, but solid. I think he was part of a solid partnership in the centre back position. We have three competitive centre backs. Obviously, there is the one or other thing where you make them the decision where you think, okay, do you like to have maybe left-footed? Do you like to have a right-footed centre back in the situation? What's important for the build-up play? It's a more physical side or less physical side. I think he has done his job. I know that it's not easy if you have your first start in the season. We should not forget for him and for a lot of players, to be fair, it was their first minutes and their first start. So something the others faced 2 weeks ago against Hull. And considering this, I think it was a solid performance.
And just final one, I mean, it wouldn't be a press conference this time of year without a transfer-related question, but obviously Max has gone now, Milo's gone. Are you still where you kind of mapped it out towards I think it was in Austria, where you said, in terms of the front line business, that for you, unless something changes in terms of an out, that's probably where are you still in that position between now and the end of the window?
No, listen, in general, I said this, and this is still the case. I'm happy with the squad. I think they've shown this why I'm happy in the preseason and the first games as well. But, and this is the truth as well, the window is open. Nobody knows what happens injury-wise or whatever. Someone gets an offer and likes to move on. So, but in general, if tomorrow the window closes or today, I would be happy with the squad which we have together. Does it mean there will not be any change? I don't know. I don't plan anything, but I know how football business and transfer window works. I would not bet on it as well till the window is closed.
Cheers, David. Thanks. Good luck, son.
Just one from me. I mean, obviously, you'll know the Lionesses have made the World Cup final on Sunday, which is I think the second half is going to clash with the first half of your game. I know there's maybe a lot of fans who are frustrated that is the case. I know it's obviously out of your hands as a club, but what do you make of that? I guess is the obvious question, because I think there are maybe going to be some fans. I think they're in the ground. You're going to be showing sort of split screens. What do you make of that situation?
To be fair, my personal opinion is we should have removed the game at least for an hour. This is my personal opinion, but as you said, it's totally out of our hands. Only the broadcasters and the EFL decide this. Obviously, they decided against what we respect and what we have to respect. But my personal opinion was, when I heard maybe we can change and delay it for an hour, I would say yes. I understand. Show the women's football the respect which they deserve, because listen, it's a World Cup final, and obviously the minute Germany was out, I was supporting England. So it's a big game for the girls, and but they decide against, and we respect this. So by the way, I met our new women's coach this week in the canteen as well for a coffee. Had a good chat. they start on Sunday as well, as I heard. So I'm pretty sure we will keep in touch. I invited him for training if he has time to join our training as well if he likes. So fingers crossed they will have a good season as well.
They have. I wasn't going to mention Germany's performance, but they obviously do have a Norwich fan playing for them, Lauren Hem. Have you watched much of her and seen her? And what do you make of her?
Bloody hell, of course. So her left foot is blessed, isn't it? Great assist which she gave, unbelievable vision. So a Norfolk girl, short one step away from winning the World Cup, so would be great for sure. I wish her all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent.